I've talked Cameraman into getting in touch with his inner nail technician.
I've never tried to do an acrylic nail before. This is my very first attempt. If you're looking to try acrylic, watch this video. It will help you get a great start. Will Suzie let me do her nail?
Yes, he's gonna do my nail. Let's get started. Never did I think in Cameraman's 40-year career and my 33-year nail career would they collide that you're actually on this side of the table. Welcome to this side of the table. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's unusual. I sit at a desk all the time, but it's a computer desk.
That's right. And now you're at my desk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play my client. Okay, so we're going to switch roles, and I am going to show you how to do nails. So I'm going to watch you do nails rather than you watch me do nails.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And I have a finger here for you, but we're going to do a little practice first. That's what I suggest is I have a little worksheet. You can print it off, nailcareer.com. And it just helps you get used to the liquid to powder ratio a little bit before you start working on hands. And I highly recommend that. And you can always upgrade to a fake hand. But we're going to give you a crash course, Cameraman. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your little paper. And you just put that where you want it, where it's comfortable.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe, like that. Pretty good.
And this is your little working.
To dab it
off.
I
know what I want to give you first.
Okay.
This is a gift I'm going to give to you.
Oh.
You know what it is, of course. But you need brushes and you need files to make nails.
Oh, I haven't opened one of these before, you know.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, so you don't actually know how cute it is.
A nice picture. I remember taking the picture.
Yeah, you took the you took the picture.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas.
Mm-hmm. And of course.
And the special brush.
Wow, I didn't mean to throw that on the floor, but I didn't want it crinkling on the microphone.
I throw stuff like this, that's what I do.
These are nice.
Okay.
So
we won't need those right now. No. Let's just put those aside.
All right.
But here's your brush, and when you get your new brush, any new brush that you're getting, you want to be able to take it out of the case. Here you go. See, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sweeping up after every video that I throw. Okay, so you just take that off. Whenever you get a new brush, there's a packing powder in it, and you want to be able to break that up. It just is in there to hold the shape. And ideally, you don't want to do it maybe with your fingers, but I've done it that way for years with my fingers. But you can do it maybe if you have a little mascara brush or something, or a little comb, you could brush it out with that. So then I just kind of go like this back and forth just to get rid of that powder that's in there. And then we're pretty much getting it ready for the acrylic. Okay, so here you go, Cameraman. There's your first nail brush.
You. Beautiful.
Can't believe I'm actually said that.
I'd like to see this without hairs.
What?
Then, I'd make it a pen, and I could use this for making notes.
You're making a nail here.
Okay.
You're not making notes.
Okay.
You're making a nail. Brace yourself, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So I'm going to give you the slow setting. This stuff is excellent when you're learning how to do acrylics. You want to have a slow setting. You don't need very much, because it's going to you've watched my videos.
Yeah.
It's going to help you with the liquid to powder ratio, and it's going to cure really, really slow, so you can try to create and shape that bead before it cures. That's why acrylic is hard, because it's setting up on you fast, right? But this slow setting is a great way to start learning how to do nails or doing acrylic specifically. Okay, so first you just have to get your brush nice and wet with all the monomer. Just get all the air bubbles out of it and just sort of saturate those bristles. You see me do that.
Yeah. I'm not even good at painting, so I'm not sure how this is going to go.
We'll see.
Okay, and I think
There's
I have
your
to.
powder.
I got a lot in there. Should I get it out?
Well, actually, you can actually tap it on the side of the dish too.
Right.
Then you don't waste it, right?
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then we're not going to go on the finger yet. We're just going to be to the sides of it or up here, anywhere. And we're just going to make that bead, and then we're going to rest it and see what it feels like.
I think I put it in here.
That's right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the slow cure, right?
Yes.
It's 3 to 5 seconds.
Very good. Yes.
And I'm going to just do on the edge here.
Yeah. Just put it anywhere at this point. I just want you to get the feel for it.
Okay. I'm going to put it
And you just press it and release. You don't have to turn your brush or anything.
Oh, don't turn it.
Just press it. And you can use the blue towel here to wipe off the excess. Now, if you just watch this little bead, now we meant to laminate this paper, but I didn't, so it's absorbing the monomer a little bit. But the bead will sort of relax a little, and you can just sort of let it wait a little bit, and then you can start to shape it. And when you're shaping, you're sort of pressing it down a little bit and shaping it into the nail. So you don't have to look at that right now, but just play with it a little.
Okay.
I just want you to get the feel for it.
Well, it's not even cured much at all yet.
No.
Super slow.
That's the beauty of the
Now I'm kind of just making a mess of it. I'm not sure if I put too much monomer. I think I had too much in my brush.
Actually, I think you did pretty good, because
think so?
if you had too much, it would just gone like a puddle.
Okay.
And if you had not enough monomer, it would have just sat there in a really stiff little ball and it wouldn't have done anything.
Right.
Okay. So actually you did pretty good.
All
I think maybe you're ready for the fake paper nail.
Gotcha.
Not my nail yet. So now what you can see is that bead that you had is a little bit big for this size of finger. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, I do.
So when you go back in, we want to take less liquid, so we absorb less powder, creating a smaller bead for this size finger.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Just let it come out a bit.
Yeah. Just tap off maybe one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm putting on the nail itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit big still. Just press in, then release. You don't have to turn or anything. Now clean the extra off of your...
Yeah, I got quite a lot of extra.
Yeah, it's okay. That's good, because I felt that bead was a little bit big anyway. This might be a much more happier bead. So just let it rest for a sec. Do you see how it's sort of...
Going down?
It's just sort of... It's almost making... Oh, I gotta get my glasses on. So it's it's just sitting there, but it's sort of relaxing a little. Now what you want to do is make sure that it's not getting into the cuticles. You want to take your brush and make sure it's not going to settle into the cuticle too much. Okay. So you want to maybe make your brush a little bit more flat.
Flat?
Yeah, you don't want to do so. There you go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Now if it's starting to stick to it, right? You do. If it's starting to stick to it, that means there's too much monomer in your brush. You go back and dry it off. Go on the paper towel. Release. Yep. Don't rush it around. Just kind of like this. So go back into your thing and try to move it, try to go like this a little bit, and you kind of taking it away from the sides a little, right?
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, took too much.
No, that's pretty good. You just get rid of that on your excess on your paper towel. And when you do on your paper towel, you try not to move your bristles. You're always pulling it this way. So your bristles are always staying in a line and a point.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so flatten it a little bit more, but sort of flatten and pull toward you a bit.
I'm not sure how much. Oh, yeah.
It's
quite firm.
Yeah, that's it.
I
But pull towards you. It's still movable, though. You see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. That's really good. So just scrape a little bit away from the cuticle. Make sure you don't get it to settle.
Clean this off again?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Go ahead if you like. Now you're developing your personal style.
Yeah. Interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why it's good to do it on something like this first, or a fake hand, so you get a feel for
it. I'm just making it worse the more I pat it down.
Well, there is something to be said for that. Yeah, it's overthinking it, right? That's what we tend to do. But
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so like you still have movability, so you want to take away from the cuticle. And this is what you don't want, because thinking a step ahead. That's right, because thinking a step ahead, if it settles in the cuticle, you're going to be filing it away with the file. And that's going to be very uncomfortable for both you and the customer.
Right. And then...
Namely me in this case.
It's kind of funny. My instinct is when there's acrylic in the brush, I feel like I want to, like...
You could do that.
Like you're trying to wash a paintbrush.
You could do that.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you could go back in there. And in fact, go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you...
But just remember to keep that pointed shape, right?
Yes.
You don't want to ruin that shape. I mean, we've been married for almost 40 years, so I should know everything, but I'm going to ask you a question that I don't know.
Okay.
Have you ever done any acrylic painting?
Acrylic, no.
Like watercolors?
No.
Any medium like that? Any type of painting? Because I've
watercolors in school.
Right, because
pre-grade 9.
You've done a charcoal drawing. I've seen you do a charcoal, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that...
when I was a kid, I drew a bit. Doodled. Yeah.
But you've never done any painting, because he almost takes the brush and like cleans it like this, like you would a painter would do. I've seen painters do that. Like I've had them in my classes. Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
So let's do one more before you.
Well, you're scared to let me do it on your nails. You're saying I need more practice.
Scared.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get
need a little more practice. Well, you're doing actually pretty good for the fact that you're going to do a nail right away.
Water. I'm going to get the monomer out.
Let's go to this bigger finger because, let me fold this in half, because that's a big bead. You got a big bead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it right like.
Yeah, and just rest it. Yeah. And then pull away. Actually, that's good. That's good. That's how much you should. Wipe all the rest away. Get rid of that. Yeah. Good. Now you can wet it if you, no, actually you don't want to wet it.
Okay.
The only reason why you'd want to wet it is because you see how you kind of mushed it up? See those bristles?
Oh, yeah, I scrunched them.
Yeah, you need to just want to keep those a little bit more in alignment. Yeah.
Twirl it.
Yeah. Twirl as you pull towards you. That's it. You got to pull it toward you.
Okay, I think, well.
Dear, don't.
I'm doing it.
Stop jabbing it into the paper towel.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Wow. I feel like I got to be so delicate, barely touching.
That's the ticket. You want to be really delicate. Well, you got a nice light touch. You're getting a little bit more of a hang of the size of it all. How much? Stop looking at the cameras.
Just trying to see if we have
Stop working.
Trying to figure we have a shot here. I can't tell.
You do have a shot.
Like I want you guys to see me clearing this off, but I know that the cameras aren't in their prime position.
They're also going to see that you didn't do it as good as I know that you can.
Okay. Well,
because you're focusing on the cameras.
Yeah, I got,
that looks
two jobs happening here.
I know.
Okay, we're good.
It looks pretty good.
I think it looks fantastic.
Oh, you think it's fantastic?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, so actually what you did
said this was
actually
hard.
Pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but on this finger with a much, much smaller bead.
Much smaller, okay.
We're going to go much smaller.
So I'm going to go in the monomer.
You got it.
That, and I'm going to do it out. I'm going to keep it pointy.
Take a little bit more off because we want to make a smaller bead.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so just put the very tip of it in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, don't go any further.
There we go.
Okay, and then maybe just lay it on here a little bit, and other way. If you lean it over like that, you can release a little bit of moisture.
I don't even know what's going
there,
on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
and you know what? We're going to put that on, but put it about here. No, don't go way back here. Put it about there.
It's hard to get it to stick on the paper.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. I don't want no more. Get rid of that.
Okay.
Good. Now just pull it towards you. Always pull towards you. Pull towards you.
Oh.
Okay. Now, kind of go at that little guy. That's a little bit. That's half as much as you did last time. So you want to be a little bit more in a flatter angle.
Oh.
That's it. Now go in and sort of flatten. Flatten. You're sort of patting it gently. And sort of a pat and press. That's it. That's it. You're sort of a pat and press. That's good. Do you feel that?
No, I can't even tell I'm touching it. It's only by my eye.
Right.
I can't feel
That's actually pretty good. I know it looks like a mess.
I'm doing it by
frankly,
eye,
it is.
not by feel at all. I don't feel anything there.
No, right. Got you.
Yeah.
It is actually very gentle touch. And see if you can feather that little edge out.
See, to me, I would think I have to do
You could.
this,
yes, I've seen some nail technicians do that.
the camera.
Don't worry about the camera.
They can't see it.
Just do it. Okay, so what he's doing, just do it. A lot of nail technicians will do that technique. So just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So you want to press down a little and you want to take the tip.
Yeah.
See that?
I can see why it's a natural way to do it.
It is, yeah.
I can see the problem is if you have a client's hand, you're gonna be hitting their hand or something.
No, you wouldn't, because it's you got a long room, but it would push the product into the cuticle, which is
right. That's bad. We don't want to touch the cuticle.
No.
Allergies, right?
Well, it can lead to allergies if you keep doing it over and over. That's not a good idea.
Okay.
But the technique, what you did was good, even though you think it's unconventional going the other way. But I've seen a lot of nail technicians do that. As long as you don't touch the cuticle, there's nothing wrong with it. You're developing your own style, cameraman, within like 10 minutes.
I got style.
Yeah.
Crappy job with style.
Better than that Terminator shirt you're wearing. This is much better style.
This is no Terminator shirt. I should have worn it, actually.
No, I'm so glad you didn't.
You would have cast a big orange look on your face.
Big orange cast on my face.
Bouncing light in your face, yeah.
Okay, now we're going to try one more time before we attack my nail.
Okay.
And we're going to do the tiniest little beads. So when you go in here, you're going to get a lot less monomer.
Okay. So I don't put the whole brush in then? Try to put the pointy end of the brush in.
There you go. So then just make sure you tap it off. Yeah, we'll tap off quite a bit because we don't want a big bead at all. We want a tiny little bead. And I'm doing this bead because we're not going to do this in one big bead. We're going to do this in lots and lots of little lumpy beads. Okay. Now go in there and just get the tiny, tiny bead. Okay. Just press in. That's good. Any more? Now maybe just rest on there, your side of your brush.
Okay.
Rest it on that paper towel so you absorb some of that monomer. Okay, good. And then this stiletto one, we're just going to use the base of it. Just go in the center of it, not at the cuticle, but just in the center. Good.
Right at the apex.
And press in and then release. Okay. You can roll this one a little bit. Roll it a little to see if it'll release. Yep. Okay. Clean your brush off. And make sure you get it out of there.
Twirling it. Keep the brush shape.
Yep.
Nice and pointy. Oh, that doesn't look like a good bead at all.
That's okay.
Looks terrible.
And you just should play with it. And
this
the best
is the worst one I've done.
That's because every time I find students, you want to push this over a little bit and you just want to just feather the whole thing. The more you do it, sometimes I find the first finger is usually good. And then the second finger can be a little less good and then so on and so on, because I think then they're overthinking it. Now that doesn't seem like much you added, but you actually did add some to it. It just doesn't seem like it.
I can't.
Okay.
I think I ruined it.
Now we're going to prep the natural nail. Okay, so with the medium file that you got in your new little kit, you want to take this little file and you want to gently...
Cute. What are we doing?
So you just want to take the end of that little file and you literally just want to buff it up just a little bit.
I don't know if we're doing too soft or...
Yeah, you are. You know, I find all students always do it a little bit too soft. Now, my cuticles don't really have to be pushed back. I push them back all the time. But you can do that when you've never filed anything before. Oh, right, because you orally trim your nails.
Yeah.
You don't file them.
I do a beautiful job too. See?
Well, this one isn't. Look at this one right here. Give me that
I haven't
file.
done my cuticles in a long time either. Yeah.
Look
I know.
at this.
I was
orally trimming.
I was trimming them last night.
Oh.
But this isn't about me.
Apparently not.
We don't care if my nails look good.
Well, okay. Okay, so you want to get in here a little bit more and you can do little circular motions, but you kind of just want to get it. You want to take away the shine and any of the oiliness or shine or anything. You want to prep that nail like you would if you were painting a room. You want to sand the wall before you paint it. And you want to remove any shine or oil, right? It's pretty good.
I think I got it.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
Well, there's lots of what you didn't get, and I'll just show you when you buff it off. I mean, we could get really detailed, but I'm going to not be too hard on you because we don't want to make this too long.
You're going to need to remove that acrylic as soon as I'm done because this is going to not be that good. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Days teaching.
It'd be better if it just fell off, to be honest.
Maybe we should just put oil on it.
Yes.
So then it just comes out. Okay.
I don't have a high
I have a little more confidence in you than that. Okay, so you can see I buffed a little bit more. So if you can, just take it and just kind of go over top of it a little bit like that and just try to get the free edge and everything. You're just so out of your element.
Is it too gentle?
No, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's totally bizarre.
Yeah, it is bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
So funny watching you do it.
Well, I don't want to hurt you.
No, I know, and you're not. I can barely feel it.
I think that's
actually not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay. So then we're going to dust off and you put your file down now.
Okay.
And then you're going to let's prep. So this is a dehydrator. You want to take a little bit and just paint it onto the nail. It's basically like an alcohol. Go ahead.
All right. You want to not touch the cuticle or does it matter?
Oh, no, it's good. Just get the whole nail.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's good.
And I can put it back, tighten it up.
And now we want to use Let's Bond. And this is where you want to be a little more sparingly. You don't want to get it with the skin. You don't want to oversaturate the nail all the time because you don't want to have any primer burn. You don't want to have too much of it on. It almost absorbs like paper towel, this stuff. So you want to be, that's good.
Is this stuff okay to touch the cuticle?
No, you don't want to touch the skin with this. That's good though. What you did is good. That's good. That's enough. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to form, but forming, I could probably spend a day in showing you how to form. Do you want to try it Or do you want me to just go ahead and do it so you can get to the acrylic?
Oh, I'm doing it.
You want to do it? Okay. Good for you. Okay. So the whole idea with a form is this part of the form right here.
Yeah, the form is a lot smaller than I imagined, even because I'm always watching through the camera, so they look
Well, everything
big.
looks so big.
Yeah, it looks big
on camera. Yeah, I know.
But it's actually quite tiny.
Yeah, very tiny. Okay, so you want to focus on this part when you're forming something. The paper form is like a platform of where you want the nail to be. We're only using the paper form to create the nail because it's a wet, gooey substance until it dries, and then we can take the paper form away, right? So it's just a ledge, you might say. So we want to focus on this area of it, and you want to be able to shove it, the finger under here. And then the idea is you want to bend it.
Bend it.
Yeah. Now, some people pre-bend it. That's something you might want to do. Forms are hard. Oh, that's not bad, Cameraman.
And I like
not bad at all.
Put that in there. And then you give it a little pinch here.
Do you remember?
I overpinched, I think.
You did.
So
we're going to start again. Do you remember? You might not remember this. A long time ago when I started doing nails, my first session was forms, and it was so hard. I brought the forms home, and I asked you if I could form your nails, and I literally formed your nails for about an hour on the couch.
That's funny. I don't remember
You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
I remember that so well.
Oh, okay.
It was pivotal because
funny
then
I
I
don't
finally
remember that.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to like pre-pinch it to sort of give you a helping hand here.
I just squeezed it too hard. I was doing good.
Yeah, you did. But I'm going to pre. This might help a little.
I did like I was folding a paper airplane. To be honest.
I'm sure you did that recently. Okay, so we got the pinch already
you got
in
a
there.
little curve there.
Okay, just be careful when you pinch it. You don't pinch those papers together because once it closes together, we have to do it again. Okay, so I'm gonna shove my finger. You want to get the finger right in there.
Right, and I gotta try to line it up nice
Yeah.
and straight.
That's actually pretty good. Now pinch the sides of the paper on my finger.
Yeah.
Good, good, good.
Push it in.
Okay, don't seal it too hard.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Actually, that's pretty good.
Good enough because the rest ain't going to be great, so I wouldn't worry about the form as being the limiting factor.
Well, I'm excited. My finger, this one's hard to form. Remember when I had Selena here? She said this finger is so hard to form because it's so pointy. It's like my head, apparently. That's what the helmet guy said.
Oh, okay.
The bike store. Okay, so I changed your paper towel for you.
Yep.
Now, we're not going to go too much longer because you can see my other nails are not very long.
No.
So we're not going to go too long on you because that might be a little scary.
I don't really need
But if you want to get a little longer, you can just, wing it. Okay, so go back in, get your brush. Okay, now we're going to start with small beads.
Okay.
Okay? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just want to relax. Okay. That's good. Keep in your twirl. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could have gone a little longer. You can soak it off. Remember that little trick I taught you? Yeah, there you go. Okay, good. Okay, now put it in the center. Don't go too close. That's good. Yeah, I love that. Clean that little brush.
Ooh.
That's okay. Clean the brush. That's it. Keeping the point. Awesome. Okay, then you can just let it set for a little. See how it's just sort of setting?
It's getting smoother.
It's getting smoother, and it kind of does a little bit of the work for you. So remember that little feathering technique you did? Do that.
Feathering.
That little feathering. Maybe you even went backwards. You had a little style you were doing there.
I don't know about the backwards because I can see how I push it into a cuticle, and I do not want to do that. So I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to do it the other way.
Okay.
Like that.
That's very good. Wow. You're doing way better on my finger. Now you can clean the brush a little if you like. Get rid of some moisture. If you find the product is sticking back to your brush is too wet. Okay? That's good.
Twirling it to keep the shape. You want to have a nice point to it.
Yeah. Actually, flat would work for you at this time too, right? So that's cool.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just feather that edge. That's it. Oh my goodness. You're actually doing it.
What's funny about it is that I see what I'm doing, but
you can't feel it.
I can't.
Yeah. So just feather. So I will help you here because I don't want a rough edge. I'm just going to get that tip in there and kind of smooth it over.
That's cheating.
It is a little, but that's teaching.
Oh.
That's what I do. I help my students.
Right.
So it's very similar. Like you said, you're doing it, but you can't really see it. It's different. Like when people put makeup on, we have that. Anybody who has any experience with makeup, it's a very soft, delicate touch. Nails are much the same. That's actually pretty good.
Cuticle's hard for me to see.
So you can just angle your brush a little bit. Right now you're sort of jabbing at it. But if you were to, if you were to, that's it. You can make it a little bit smoother.
Oh, I touched your skin.
That's okay. That happens.
Yeah.
Okay, we can work with that.
That's not so bad.
That's not so bad.
I'm actually a little surprised.
So am I, quite frankly.
I thought it was a giant blob.
Well, and that happens. Back in the day, we used to call them turtles.
Yeah.
You know,
okay. Well, I'm not sure.
Okay, so we can see that we got like a good 1/4 inch from the cuticle. So you can see you need a very, very tiny bead.
Like
now, this is one of the hardest things to do in nails is the cuticle. This takes years of experience. I don't want to freak you out. It probably is a little freaky. You want to get the tiniest bead and you want to go put it right about here. And we're going to let it relax. Okay. I know, I am pushing the envelope here.
3, 4, 5.
That's good. And then place it right about there. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. And now let it do its thing. Let it just move around.
Give this a good cleaning here.
Yeah. But remember, just keep it the one way. Yeah. Okay. So now you want to go in there. You know that feather motion you were doing? Try to feather this toward you. And just gently, we don't even have to feather. We could almost leave that and just file it. But see if you can feather the sides down a little. You see what I'm saying there? So you want to angle your brush maybe a little bit more like this. You get just the very tip of your brush.
Yeah.
So see that little lip of acrylic that you want to kind of pull that towards you?
Oh, I'm pushing it into your cuticle.
That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to see if we can get behind it and push it. See what's happening?
Yeah.
Again, this is one of the hardest parts to do. And the reason why we're doing that now is so we don't have it drying near the cuticle. Now, you would have learned this if you had a fake hand before you took it to a real hand, but we're really doing a crash course here. But that's pretty good. So I'm going to push the envelope a little. And do you see that the little tiny space in here where it doesn't have any product there?
Yeah.
Do you see? Could you get a tiny little bead? And put it in there. Real tiny. So get a lot of product off of there. A lot of monomer. Yep. Take it to the side of your dish. Perfect. Yep. And just put the very, very end of the brush in there. Maybe put it on an angle so it's really kind of tipped up. No, other way. Yep.
Straight up,
that's
not
it.
An angle.
Yeah. And then that's it. And then release some monomer. Good. And then sort of pop it in there and let it rest. You can turn the finger a little bit. That's it. That's it. No more. Get rid of the product that's on there. Clean your brush. And then see if you can feather that guy. Just let it rest a little because it's the odorless. Odorless needs a time to just sort of rest and it sort of settles where you want. See how it settled right where you wanted? See that? It just went right into that spot. So now you just want to feather it out like you do. You got a pretty good feather technique there. So you don't have to actually touch the bead itself. Just feather the stuff around it. Yep. So try this one too. Go over to this side here and pull this down.
I can't really get an angle up in my arm. Funny, I don't know. That's close enough for me. You're crazy to make it any closer to your cuticle than that.
Okay, well, I can live with that.
Yeah. That's,
okay.
It's kind of bulky though.
That's pretty good.
Looks like I
yes, it is. That's why I was suggesting to feather it. Go towards you. Go toward. That's good. There you go. You're developing your own little funky style.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to do the free edge. But I'm going to just make sure this form because you're sort of pulling it off a tiny little bit. It's good. Okay, so now we're going to take another bead. And we can really mess this one up because it's the free edge and filing it is really easy to do. So we're going to take another bead, but we're going to place that bead right there. Okay? Not a huge one. And try to hold the finger, not the form. Four, five. Should be a couple more seconds there. Okay, so release the monomer then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now throw that bead on the very end. Yeah, that's good.
It's a big gap.
Yep, that's right. Now let it rest for a sec. Here, I'll clean that off your hand. So just let it rest. Actually, you can clean your brush. Let it rest for a second. You just want to let the bead sort of do a little work. And now you can go in and see if you can sort of square it up. That's pretty good. Okay, that's good. Just leave that, I think. And then we're going to take another bead and put it over here.
Okay.
Get some less monomer. Yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
That's a pretty big bead.
Yeah, it is big. You probably only use half of it.
Yeah,
that's good. Good technique. I do that all the time. Okay, now you can put that on there. That's good.
Oops.
You can twirl it off. I used to do that. That was usually my technique for years.
Yeah, I think I want to work
clean
with
your
that
brush.
much. I don't think I want much,
Fair
much
enough.
more than that.
Let's let it rest for a minute. We just want it to fully absorb.
I like that it rests, because otherwise, if that...
You like the rest part?
Yeah, because if it cured in that shape I have, it would be pretty messy.
Yeah, and you can see as you're letting it rest, it's actually softening a little bit. It's actually molding into the shape that you want. So when you start when you start shaping it with your brush, you don't have to do as much and it won't be so sticky. So you just let it rest. Yeah. Look at that. See how it's doing your thing?
Yeah.
Now you can just sort of square it up if you want, feather it a little bit. Because even if you left it like that, you could fix it all with your hand filing, would fix the whole thing.
I don't know how long we want to make this.
You could actually not make it that long, so you could push the whole thing up a little bit. Yep, so push it all right up. There you go. And then you can feather that stuff back into this shape to fill the whole side in if you like.
Right, no, I always want to do it that way.
Do it. That's fine. I worked with a girl when
I'll tell you, there's 2 reasons I don't want to do it. Camera, I cut off a camera.
Well,
that's right there. Nobody can see what I'm doing.
What's more important is you do it right for the nail. Everybody will understand.
But this is better because I can touch your cuticle, so I'll try it this way. I'm trying to do the padding that way. Just got to learn that.
Well, then you just kind of misshape the brush sometimes, but...
Oh.
No, that's fine.
But it looks
okay, that's
smooth.
Good. That's good. Are you happy?
Well... Yeah, far away it looks better, but not straight.
Everything looks better far away. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so now we kind of have to determine what shape we want, but we have a few little gaps on the side. So what we're going to do is just add a bead over here and a bead over here, and then I think we can start filing. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rid of some of the whole thing came off.
Just take half. Just take half that bead. Cut it in half, and just take half of it. Remember, it's so slow curing.
Okay.
You want to go that side?
Well.
You go that side?
It looks like I got to put a little bit right here.
You know what it reminds me of when you work with it with like an epoxy glue when you're making your aquarium.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's like. That's probably the closest you've ever had to anything like this, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to count.
See, you got that big clump there? You could use that and put that clump right there.
It looks like I don't need to do that. I should be filing that away like it's good.
Well, it depends on how square you want to go.
Looks wrong. I don't.
Okay.
I want to get rid of that.
We're going to go with your gut feeling.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I gotta turn it around this way.
Okay, you want more on that side?
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating.
You might learn something.
You know what? You're just creating a new shape.
Am I?
That's what you're done. You're just creating a new shape.
I didn't hold it.
It's going to be the Cameraman shape. Less monomer. You want less monomer.
Yeah.
Okay, get your little bead.
Pretty big.
You could put that bead right on the arch point here, right in the very, very center. Yeah, that's good. Put that bead right there. You can get rid of half of that if you like. Okay, and then just let it set for a minute. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna waft that bead over the whole nail, sort of just fill in little gaps and areas and create a nice little arch. We won't need much of an arch because it's a short nail, right? Okay, look how it's smoothing out. See that?
Yeah.
It's actually creating the nail for you, really.
Actually, for me to see how it's going good, I need to look at the monitor because
you can't tell in real life.
I get my glasses aren't very good for that.
Okay, so all you want to do then?
Yeah, it looks pretty clumpy. It looks worse than it was.
Oh,
20 seconds
nothing.
ago.
This is actually pretty good. If you want to flatten it a little bit and push them over there, okay, and then just feather it. And actually, that's not bad. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good.
Oh, I thought it was pushed too hard.
No, that's really pretty good.
Not clearing Turn some of that off. Yuck.
I'm actually shocked you're doing it because a lot of this career is passion driven. And, you know, truth be told, Cameraman doesn't really care about nails. He loves filming them and editing them, but really, he doesn't care about... That's really good.
I don't need to learn how to do this.
No.
I'm much
okay, that's not good. You might overdo it now.
I like running a camera.
That's good. Okay, we're going to go with this.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually a little surprised.
Show it on camera and rotate a bit. I want the viewers to get a good look at this.
Why?
It's beautiful.
It is actually pretty good. I'm a little, like I say, this is passion driven and he doesn't really care so much about it, but you did actually a pretty good job.
I didn't, being totally honest here, I didn't practice. I didn't rehearse, nothing.
I even asked him, I said, do you want to practice a little? And he said, no, going in cold.
Yeah, no.
That's
Two
good.
reasons. I wanted to be totally honest.
Yeah.
And I don't have the patience to do this twice.
And I would have told you if he practiced, but he didn't practice. And you don't have the patience. So I'm not going to get a full set.
I don't have any, hey, nothing wrong.
I'm not complaining. I'm not
there's not
I'm
a
not
full
going to
set.
complain about that. Okay, so just as a little tip, you guys should know, whenever you are finished using your liquid to powder, you want to make sure there's none of that in your brush whatsoever. And you want to secure it to a point, like roll it off to a point, and make sure you put your cap on it. That's why I have brushes with a cap, because it keeps it nice and soft for the next time you want to use it. Okay, and then I'm obviously going to put my powder away before we start filing because you don't want old filings to get contaminated into your good powder. You did it.
Right. I sort of did.
You did. You actually did. I mean, actually, you did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I don't even have to lie.
All right. That's good.
Okay, so now you got to file it.
Right.
So we just have to wait till it dries because it is slow setting. It's going to take a couple minutes to dry. So
we'll cue the title for the filing sequence.
There we go. So with odorless, it takes a little longer to dry, but how you can test it to see if you can go like that. Now you can run it under warm water to speed that up. And then sometimes if you don't want to do that, sometimes it can be a little gummy layer because it has a bit of a dispersion layer that comes to the surface, hence why it dries a little slower and it doesn't have a strong smell because it has a very slow evaporation rate. So we're ready to go. I ran it under cold water and you can click it and it's ready to go. So when you take off a form, you just want to peel off the sides like that and then pull it down.
Pull it down.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now you're going to take that medium file and you're going to try to shape. Now, of course, where do you go from shaping? So just as a crash course, because this is such a crash course and we're trying to do this in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty long. It took quite a while the first bit.
We're trying to do this in just a few minutes on a video. So I'm really, kind of throwing everything at you. But how a nail is shaped, it's very thin near the cuticle and it comes up a little bit and arches over. And as it goes near the free edge, it gets a little bit thinner. Right? So it's a 3D thing. It's not sort of a flat thing. But what I sort of do is sort of shape my sides first and then shape the end and sort of get my shape first. And then I shape the whole nail. So in this case, we can go with any shape that you want, but you got a little length on there. So why don't we go with a little bit of sort of a roundish kind of nail?
Look at Critter did. I'm not.
Yeah, look what Critter did.
Yeah, let's pull it. Actually,
he was playing though.
Yeah, he's playing.
Ouch. You don't want to see the back of my leg when I tried to give him medication.
Yeah.
That's not good. Okay, so what we want to do is sort of file the shape. Now, I specifically used my foundation powder so you could see it. That's why we have a nice, strong caramel color here. So you can see what you're doing. You've never filed anything before. That's right, because he orally trims his nails.
No, I filed some wood cabinets, the edges of that. I filed, when I was making my aquarium, I had to file these.
Okay, so you have a little filing experience.
I do.
Okay, so you just sort of have to, just show me your technique and then maybe I'll just have to correct it.
I didn't file people.
No, that's okay.
Okay, so this is my technique.
That's actually pretty good. So you're just really covering a very little space, but if you want to cover,
you want to push harder.
Yeah, you want to shape, you want to sort of go down the sides. You want to get a shape going.
Okay.
We want to sort of establish, that's good. You want to, one thing when you're teaching somebody and they actually do it on you, you can really feel what they're doing. I can feel pressure. And that's something that's really hard to teach when you're just watching them. But I can really feel, that's actually pretty good.
Is that hard enough?
Yeah, that's not hard enough, but it's good to start.
Okay.
It's very good. So what we want to do, though, is establish shape. We want to get a shape first. So you want to go down the side.
I think I'm making it.
Okay, so now do this way. Sort of establish a little shape.
I thought I had a good shape earlier, and I'm learning it.
Okay, so see how my finger's wobbling back?
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it.
Yeah, so just hold it. There you go.
Wow, it's still hard to stop it from wobbling.
Yeah, You got to really hold it strong. I got a really good grip. You sort of learn that after a while.
I feel
So
like
something that might work for you better, I know you're thinking of camera angles, you always are, but when I work, I actually work by holding my client's finger over top.
oh yeah, right.
That might be too awkward for you,
I can try that.
but like this, you sort of get the thumb here and then this here, and you really come over top. There you go. There, you get into it.
That's really weird.
You got to put your body into it.
All right.
If it's not comfortable for you, you don't have to do that. Everybody's different.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
I'm not sure where I'm trying to file again, but I can I can see a bad thing sticking out right
well,
here.
you file that bad thing. You just get rid of that bad thing.
It's not straight. It's getting there though.
It is.
It goes off pretty quickly actually.
It is, yeah. Those are good files too.
And then this one.
Very good. Now, if you want, you can use the coarse and it takes more product away a little faster. Would you like that?
No, I probably take away so much that I have to go back and get it to fill it again.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
No, I can see there's a really bad edge sticking down here. They can't see it on camera, I don't think.
Well, we can show them.
Yeah. See that chunk sticking out?
Yeah.
That's either a stylish thing, kind of like a foil, like you might put that on the side of a car.
Well, that's wishful thinking, but that's actually not a style. Yeah. We need to get rid of that.
I need to get rid of that.
You go ahead.
I think I want to hold it like this.
You like to hold it like that. That's cool.
I don't know if the camera can see that very good. So I think I'm getting it.
Yeah, I think you is. Oh, I got my glasses again. Maybe that's why I think it looks so good. I don't have my glasses.
It's not going to be loud. I can tell right now there's no way I'm going to make it elegant because I probably had to put more acrylic in there now.
Okay, now you have to be careful that when you're filing, you need to keep the side out coming out, because if you file up in here much more, you're going to make it come out and then it's going to go in. So we don't want to do that. Okay. So we want to keep your filing integrity all the way to the side so you know that it's exactly what you're doing. That's good.
What about going from this way so I don't...
Yep, that's right. You could do that. It's adorable.
I think so.
It is.
I thought you were talking about... Is it the nails or me you're talking about?
I'm talking about the nails.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's a bad... I need to fill that in there. It's not pretty. To be honest, it's just not.
Okay, so let's focus on the top part.
Okay.
And you might be surprised how much that sort of cleans up. Because we can go a little bit shorter and get rid of that little overhang that you're really obsessing over.
Right.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. Okay, so you want to go over the whole nail. Now, when you file over top of the whole nail, you got it. Remember that? I kind of like you're going over something like that. See? You don't want to go like that because you'll file it right down.
Okay.
So when you're filing, the idea is whether you're doing a hand file or a e-file, you want to go over top of the whole thing very smoothly because it takes away the bumps and it matches it with the valleys. So you got the mountains and the valleys, and when you smooth it over like that, you're matching the two, and that's what gives a smooth, even nail. That's perfect. Just do it a little faster.
Oh, well, I can't go faster.
So here's the way you can hold the file. Did you picture this? You sort of hold it like this. So you got this little label here and with this side over here. And if you hold it like this, then you can go.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'd probably take your cuticle right off if I did that.
Well, you might not. I'm willing to take that chance.
No, we got videos to make. I can't have you with no cuticle on here.
Well, you're doing it. So you can just change your angle and do it this way, and then you won't hit the cuticle. Good. So it's going to go this way.
Okay. Hold on.
You got it.
Well, you're doing it, not me.
I'm just getting you a rhythm, like in a bike, you get them on the bike and then you push them. See. That's it.
That's not so easy, actually.
No, it's not.
It's awkward for me. Yeah. I'm not used to doing that.
Well, yeah, because you've never done it before.
I'm used to more of this kind of motion. Rock it, baby.
Okay, back to nails. It's a little
guitar.
Yeah, back to nails.
Now I'm in a comfort zone.
Now you know what you're doing.
Yes. It's funny. It's, you can do one thing with your hands.
Well, yeah, you're so coordinated with playing a guitar, but...
Can't do this at all.
Well, you're getting it.
Awkward.
Well, it would be awkward because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is...
pretty good.
I know. It's actually looking pretty good if you look at it at different angles. But if you just sort of look at it right there, you can sort of see how there's an overhang.
Yeah.
So what I think you should do...
I'm going to do this.
Cameraman, what I think you should do is this.
I got my own moves, baby.
Okay, go ahead. Move. Make your move. I was just going to say you could shorten it a little bit and sort of.
Oh, I like a
take
long
away.
nail. I want it long.
You like long nails?
No, I like making long nails.
You like
I don't
like making long nails?
If
Okay.
I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it impressive. I don't want it so sure that nobody can tell I even did it.
True.
All right.
That's a good point.
All right.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want to just even up the shape on the end there? Or do you like that shape?
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Well, you looked at it through your glasses, did you?
No, I bent it so I could see that because I was only looking at the profile.
Yeah, so you just want to, when you're looking at nails,
I got to square it up now.
Oh, you're going to square it?
Yeah.
You don't want to square it. Do you want to square it?
Yeah, it's crooked. It's
okay,
it's
I see what you mean. You want to make it even. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to try to hold it.
Okay.
It's crooked. The whole nail's leaning to the one side.
Okay, so here's
it's
a
curved
trick.
on one side, straight
Take a
on
look
the
at
other.
it this way, because sometimes it's just the way the person holds their hand.
Oy, oy, oy.
It's just different angle now. You're
Oh,
seeing
no, I just ruined it. I made it worse just now. Oh.
Okay, so maybe go underneath. Does it go
It's
underneath?
not going to be good.
Go
'Cause
underneath.
It was better before the last two.
Go, go underneath like this and sort of even it up. There you go. Go underneath and even it up.
I can't tell I'm evening it up. Maybe I look at the camera monitor.
Okay, that feels pretty good. So now do a nice shape.
What do you mean? I don't know. It looks terrible. I don't know how I can make it look nice without reforming it and redoing it. Because I took a chunk right out of there. You got to fill that in.
Well, you have product though that's over the side. So if you actually took that chunk out that's not supposed to be there, it'll line up to the side of the nail. That's going to be better for you. Right?
Yeah.
See, look at now you don't need to fill it in anymore. See that?
Okay.
So now we want to go in let's get a nice round shape on here. Round is a little more forgiving, and you can make a little more, you can be off a little bit, but square, you've got to be like on if you're going to make it square. So round maybe be a
Am I
little
trying
more.
to make the Suzie shape or what?
Goodness,
Almond?
no.
Oh. What kind of shape am I trying to go for?
Round or almond, or round or oval, pardon me.
Oh, it's so off kilter. It's like, whoo.
No, you can fix that. See this? If you can, the shape is in there. It's actually in there.
Really?
You just have to sculpt it.
No, I can't do
out
that.
of it. Hang on now. You just got a little low on this end, right? So you got to get rid of that tip end. Just get rid of it. If you get rid of that tip, you'll balance it right out.
Oh, it's getting there.
See? You're doing it.
I don't know if the camera can see it, but it's...
Well, they'll see you at the end when they see the reveal shots, right?
It's not going to be pretty.
Well,
I'll have to put some special effects over the...
No, you can't do that.
Hide it.
No, we don't do that. It's got to be real.
Oh, no, it'll be real, but I'm going to put some fireballs.
Oh, I see. You're not going to...
So people are looking at the effects. And
you sort of look over here while I do this over here?
Like the video last week, the one with the hollow taco and the...
Yes. Oh, the fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do something.
You put that up front, they don't even notice my work. They go like, wow, that was great.
What are you saying about my work?
No, my work. I like to distract them with it's like a magician. Look here. Don't look there.
That's right. Okay, see, now you're getting the shape. You're just a little bit heavy here. And if you take that away there, it'll help form the shape.
Wow.
You're getting it. It's so tiny, isn't it? It's such a detailed.
Yeah, it's so small.
Such a fine art.
I find it really interesting because for all these videos I've done, 353 I think we've done, I see the nail big on screen and I work with that all the time. So you kind of don't appreciate how tiny the detail you're working with until, at least I didn't, because I was always looking at it big.
Well, that's true. And some people have actually said to me, you're putting so much product on there, you're making it so thick, when in fact, I actually make my nails quite thin, but it looks like it because it's so zoomed in so close, it looks like I'm just piling product on after product.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's very, very tiny. So you want to take a look at all different angles too. And by doing that, then you can get an idea of where it might be lumpy and bumpy.
There's no lumps and bumps.
There are a few.
Well, I'll deal with this later, but...
You deal with it? Like when later? Like, we're going to have dinner first before we finish the video?
something else, getting a closer look at it, I was noticing the cuticle is pretty thick.
Well, it's not actually pretty thick because you applied the product pretty thin there. I didn't let you get too close to it. But I've got another file that's going to help you get through this.
Okay. Well, I think I'm starting to lose patience. I'm so sure so are the viewers.
You're starting to lose patience. This is fun.
Oh, no, but I just don't think I'm making it better. And anyway.
Well, you are making it better. It was quite a bit lumpier before. Okay, you want another file? This might help you see some lumps and bumps a bit better.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so grab that purple one. This is a sanding file. It's not going to really change the shape so much, but it's going to help you see things a little bit better.
This is the one you want, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So you want to like shimmy it over the whole thing, like
Do I need to score the edge of this one?
No.
Okay. Are they the same on both sides?
Yep.
The sanding sponge. Is it better to work with the square end or the round end?
You want to work with the whole thing, like you want to go like.
Do I do the curving thing?
No,
again?
not as much because this is spongy, so it's going to bend into the shape.
Yeah,
So you can put a little pressure and you can sort of get in there.
Gotcha.
A little pressure. There you go. A little more pressure. A little more pressure.
Unfortunately, my angle here, the camera's
a little more pressure.
Really seeing what we're doing here. Okay, we're getting there.
A little more pressure.
Really?
Yeah.
It feels like I'd hurt you.
No.
Oh, I can rub your.
It's acrylic, man. Acrylic is strong.
But if I'm hitting
You're not even touching my skin.
Really?
No. See, it's starting to look more like a nail.
Okay, I don't know.
Not bad.
Is it better to do big, longer like that?
That's good, yeah.
Or tiny little ones?
No, the tiny little ones are just a waste of time. That's better. Now, it is taking away some, it's smoothing a little bit. But you see how you have to get your shape mostly before you start attacking with this one. How do you feel about it?
Pretty good. Yep.
Not bad. Okay, so see that, what you're doing there? Do that more toward the end of it. And so you smooth it right off. Yeah, it's thick at the end.
Nose?
Well, somewhat.
What?
It's not a stiletto, so you don't really do that so much. Unless it's a stiletto. Stiletto's the dolphin nose.
Gotcha.
So sort of focus on the end and press it into a little bit because you want it to drop off a little bit. It's a little thick near the end.
Okay, I was doing that.
That's much better. Do a little bit more.
Okay.
It's very good. Press a little harder. You're almost ready to top coat it and for a reveal shot. Did you know that?
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm not going to touch as much as I would love to get my hands on it.
This is it.
No, I'm not going to touch it.
Nope. You guys,
well, you guys
don't hold back in the comments. If you think I did a terrible job, let me know. I won't be insulted.
No. I mean, that is all part of learning. I mean, this is a learning process and you have to make errors and fails and make ugly nails before you make good ones. Nobody's born a nail technician. You got to learn it.
The ugly nails, I don't know if I like that. So it's not going to be ugly.
Well, yeah, it won't be, There. That's good. Looking good.
That's good.
That's looking good. Okay, so now all we have to really do is kind of shape it up a little. So take your medium file back again. This guy.
Shape it up. I thought I did that.
Well, it could use a little bit more. You see how it's kind of lopsided over here? I wish I had a black marker. I could just paint it on there and show you what you need to take off. You don't see that, eh?
Well, I mean, I can see the thing. I can tell it's not a great. Right. I can tell it's not a great shape.
Okay, so see this corner right there? See that little corner right there? Just that one little corner right there?
Mm-hmm.
You just want to do that a few times to get rid of it?
Underneath, kind of?
Sort-ish. Yeah. It'll sort of take that corner away. Do you see how that is sort of rounding it up a little bit for a bit better shape?
Yeah, it's good.
Do a little bit more. So.
Yeah. Like that?
You want to shape that up a little bit. You want to get that shape in there a little bit. A little bit more round.
Do I round it? Go like that?
That's it. That's it. Okay, let me just check. That's better. That's way better. Okay. So now it's going to be a little bit touchy for you. But one last thing to do is take this and try to see if you can sort of smooth it in between the cuticle. Yeah. It's going to look decent by the time we put some top coat on it and do a photo. It's going to look like, oh, that's not bad. But the telltale of well, you're not a good nail technician, but people look for down the road. What you look for down the road is when a nail grows out, what does the cuticle look like when it grows out? That's the telltale. Like I say, the cuticles is the hardest part to do. So see if you can go like this. Oh, just make sure you don't go over my cuticle.
You shouldn't use the round edge?
No, you can just use the straight edge and just kind of go like that. But just make sure you don't hit my actual cuticle. You just want to try to... Okay, it's hard because you don't know the difference. I can't see, that's a pretty good area right in there. Feel that spot?
Yeah.
That's doing it.
Okay. Okay.
A little faster.
Well, I don't want to hurt you.
No, you're not touching my skin at all. It feels really good, actually. Yeah, it feels good.
So I'd have to put my head right over top, right in front of the cameras overhead to really
Okay, now take the purple one.
Okay.
And just buff the crap out of it.
The whole nail?
Yeah.
Or just the cuticle?
Yeah, buff the whole nail. Just got it down. Little down, right there.
To go along like that?
Yep, it feels good. A little too much on the cuticle. There. And I'm going to turn my nail over there on the side. And I'm going to turn it around like this. And do it all the way to the end of the nail. And this is the finishing part. You're finishing it now. We're making a nice even sweep across the whole nail before we put the top coat on. How's that feel? Look at that.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's right. Look at that.
I don't know if I should have touched it and put oils on it, didn't I?
Well, that is true, but I won't tell anybody if you don't tell anybody.
Okay, let's get a good look at that. Wow. Not bad. You know, for somebody who's never, ever done anything before.
Never done it. Don't have any concerns to do it. And have any ideas of being a nail technician whatsoever. Someone who's totally forced into it because his wife asked him to do it. Okay, so now we're going to top coat it. You want to do it on camera?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to give you the top coat now. I've dusted-freed it, right? Dust-free everything.
Yeah.
Put your file down.
Okay.
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 Okay, I'm going to let you paint it because you've never done this either. Okay, so when you're polishing gel on top of a nail, just sort of hit this part of it here with the brush and then slide it back to where the cuticle. Don't start here and then polish it down because you might flood the cuticle.
Okay.
And if you do, we'll just wipe it off and do it again. Okay. So I'm just going to give you the brush.
You shouldn't flood the cuticle though, right?
No.
No, I know.
That's why I don't want you to do it.
Yeah. I can try.
I'm going to give you the brush. You can see the product is mostly on the one side there.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. So do it more straight on. Yeah. More like that.
Okay.
And you want to put it halfway up the nail or 3/4. Yep. And then slide it into the cuticle area and pull back. Don't watch the camera, watch the nail.
I see it better on camera.
My goodness, what are you doing?
I'm doing it beautiful. Cue the beautiful music.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Good job. So I'm just going to wipe it away from the cuticle.
Oh, I hit your cuticle?
Yep.
Sorry.
Just let me clean the cuticle up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to nuke it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll look at the reveal shots and then we'll talk about your first nail. Okay. There you go. There's your first nail, Cameraman.
You know what?
Not bad.
Yeah, no.
For the fact you don't know anything
about it. It depends what
it.
angle you see the nail at, really. Because certain angles it looks not so bad. But when you look at for example, I switch the camera to here, to the overhead, you can see on the right-hand side, it's kind of bumpy. When it's a little lumpy. Look at that. That's pretty bad.
Well, there's lots of things that can be wrong with it, but there's lots of things that you did good.
Yeah. You know what? I think what it does show that I don't have any aptitude toward this at all. And it shows that you're able to teach me to do it where I kind of feel like if I really, dedicated some time to it.
You had some passion and you actually really were interested.
I could probably learn to be mediocre.
Yeah. That's what we all strive for. So I will just point out, there are so many things that you did good here. Of course, there's things you can do to improve. But what you did really good was your product control was actually really good. And you did let the product work for you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you took instruction really well.
That was the slow cure.
Yeah,
your
that's
slow
the whole idea.
So yeah, that was good because I think of it. Otherwise, I had some pretty big, nasty, bulky shapes.
And that's the
there.
whole advantage of something that's setting up slower, because that's a disadvantage of acrylic. It sets up so fast. But you can see even the cuticle work, which is the hardest thing to do, you actually did pretty good. It's pretty smooth. Not bad at all. So before, I was just going to put some oil on it, but I wanted to show, it's just that you just didn't get enough of the gel here.
Put some oil in there.
But if I put some oil on it, it's going to help it make it look a little bit better. But I just wanted to show you that before. Okay. But you can see when you take the oil and you can get rid of all that powdery look. That was, what I was trying to show.
Right. That makes it look a lot better.
It makes it look better. But I didn't want to deceive you by showing with the oil because there was stuff that was missed and we wanted to see the raw nail.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Didn't want to
the reveals these guys see are actually taken after this little bit here.
Yes, of course.
So you'll see them when you saw the reveals, we had this on because we shoot
but I wanted to show what it looked like before you put the oil on.
Yeah.
Just to show the reality of it. And of course, if you flip it upside down and you even turn it sideways, you can see it's a little bit of misshaped hook and you could see some underneath stuff. And that's all form placement and stuff. And that's all just learning. But I got to tell you, overall, I wish my first nail looked like this.
Really?
My first set of nails was your mother.
Yeah.
And it took me 6 hours.
Right.
But painful.
You were on your own and you had fast curing acrylic.
Well, I was working with a fast set. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was much harder.
Yeah, it was. But it's fun. I love it. But you never would do it again.
No, I mean...
I get that. That's okay. That's cool.
I have fun filming, editing.
Your creativity is with
that's
the
what
editing.
I like. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And throwing fireballs and things like that.
Well, let's go make dinner. Thank you so much for joining me, Cameraman. Next time we'll see him behind the camera. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. You guys catch us in the next video.